Hi, this is your announcement for History 202, and this day is April 30th, the last day of April. This is also the first day of the last week of regular classes of our semester. So there are officially 2 weeks left in the semester. There's this week, and then next week is finals week. So here we are. We've arrived at the pretty much the end of the semester, so it went by really fast. Okay, so what I wanted to talk to you about today was we are still in Module 6, and this week is when you really should be working on your major paper, your foreign policy memo. And this is essentially your final exam for this class, so it's important that you do a good job. And take this time that you have this week, it's not due until May 6th, to do a good job and to do your best work. So there are extensive instructions in Module 6 for you, and I strongly urge you to read each one of those pages from the beginning to the end carefully, okay, because they give you all the information you need in order to complete this project, and there's kind of a lot of pieces to this project. I want to go over just a few parts of the instructions just to kind of highlight them, but it is really critical that you read through the instructions a few times so you make sure that you don't miss anything. So first of all, what you're going to be doing is to be writing a memo to the President of the United States. You are once again an advisor, and you're going to be an historian. And so you're going to, in the first part of your paper, do an historical analysis of two conflicts in which the United States was involved. And those conflicts have to have happened between 1947 and the present. All right, so no World War II. Okay, so since 1947, which is after World War II. All right, so and then you're going to analyze those conflicts, and I have specific questions that you need to answer regarding that. Okay, and then in part 2 of your paper or your memo, you're going to apply those lessons of history and make a recommendation to the president on what on future U.S. foreign policy should be. So, in other words, what should the United States do in terms of its involvement in international conflicts like Syria, like North Korea, although we're at an interesting stage here, so I don't know if you're watching the news. But these are all, current conflicts that the U.S. has involvement in, even in Africa. There are American troops and UN troops in Africa who are stationed there, not necessarily fighting, but they're more of a peacekeeping role, is my understanding. Okay, so what are the lessons that the president should learn from the history in making his decision as far as how the United States should be involved or not involved in international conflict? All right, so that's what you're doing. All right, there are, of course, formatting requirements for your assignment as well, so make sure you follow those instructions. Once again, MLA is the style that I have asked you to use to cite your sources. It's very important that you have in-text citations as well as a bibliography page. That bibliography page should be separate. Don't just tag it on at the end of your memo because that's not really keeping with the format. Okay, so make sure you read those format requirements carefully. Okay, and then let's see what else. And read the rubric. Okay, so look over the rubric. It's right there for you to see, so you can see what it is I'm looking for. Okay. All right, so that's your assignment. That's your final exam. So if you have any questions or if you are confused about any part of this, please contact me today so that we can talk about it. All right, now part 2 of my announcement today has to do with course evaluations. You should be able to see a link or a choice to access course evaluations on the sidebar menu in our class. If for some reason you cannot see course evaluations, please let me know so that I can fix that. All right, so that's important. And it's really important that you complete an evaluation for this class because it helps me to make this class better, to improve this class for students in the future. And I really value your comments and your constructive suggestions for how to make this class better. Okay, so, and it's all confidential. I won't know who said what. But I will read it carefully and take everything you say into consideration. All right, what you think is important to me. Okay, so that's it for today. I will talk to you again next week. That'll be my last announcement. But again, if you have any questions about this assignment, let me know so that we can kind of work through that. All right? Okay, good. Well, have a good week, and I will see you again next time. Bye.